This short Metropolitan Police Revision Guide will cover the basic legislation concerning Section 5 of the Public Order Act 1986. You should use this resource to help your understanding, along with other learning materials such as the Blackstone's Handbook for Policing Students. The presentation will provide you with a breakdown of the elements within the legislation as well as the points to prove. It will also show some basic examples of offences to aid in your revision. Objectives. By the end of this video, you should be able to look at some of the key words within the Act, be aware where a Section 5 offence can take place, state the power of arrest for Section 5 and your power of entry to deal with Section 5. The Public Order Act was brought in as a preventative piece of legislation, allowing police to deal with an offender before a more serious offence takes place, such as a serious assault or substantial damage to property. Now let's look at the definition. Section 5 of the Public Order Act 1986 states, "A person is guilty of an offence if they use threatening or abusive words or behaviour or disorderly behaviour, or displays any writing, sign or other visible representation which is threatening or abusive within the hearing or sight of a person likely to be caused harassment, alarm or distress by such actions." The important word to emphasise straight away is likely. There does not need to be intention on the part of the offender, and also there does not have to be an identified victim. The likelihood that someone would be offended is sufficient. Words. This is what was actually said by the offender. Behaviour. What did they actually do? For example, shouting and waving fists. Display writing, sign or visible representation. For example, a flag or clothing with an offensive logo on it. Within the hearing or sight of a person likely to be caused harassment, alarm or distress. The offender does not need to have any intention, but must be aware that his conduct may cause harassment, alarm or distress. Again, there does not need to be a victim, just the likelihood that someone may be so offended. Let's now consider the potential defences to an allegation of Section 5. No reason to believe that a person was within sight and hearing of them. That they were within a dwelling and had no reason to believe that someone outside a dwelling would be offended. And finally, they felt that their behaviour or actions were reasonable. Whilst mentioning dwelling, let us check our understanding of a dwelling. A dwelling is where someone is living at the material time. The obvious would be a house or a flat, but would also include a boat, a caravan, and even a car if someone is living in it at the material time. So to confirm, a Section 5 public order offence can take place in both public and private, and even in a dwelling, as long as someone outside a dwelling is likely to be offended. The power of arrest comes from Section 24 Police and Criminal Evidence Act 1984, providing there is an arrest necessity present. The police officer does not need to be in uniform to make this arrest. Finally, regarding your power of entry to deal with the Section 5 Public Order Act, the fact is that there is no power of entry, and even applies if it is racially or religiously aggravated. Thank you for watching this Metropolitan Police Revision Guide on Section 5 Public Order Act 1986. More information can be found in your Blackstone manual. If you think you've missed anything in this video, then please feel free to replay whenever you like. If you have noticed that part of this video is out of date due to changes in the law, then please contact the Curriculum Design team via the Aware mailbox.